My mistress, she's got many names. Some people call her Joe, or Dirt, or Mud. Well, I call her Go Juice, or Bean Juice, my little wakey juice. That comes in leaded or unleaded, friends. That's right, talking about worm dirt. And for those of you nerds who don't science too good, I'm talking about carbonate, hydrogen 10, nitrogen 4, and oxygen 2. Caffeine molecule, nerds! I have loved coffee my whole life, and I love it because of the energy it gives you. I used to drink so much coffee that I wouldn't count it by the cup. I didn't have 3 cups of coffee, I had 2 pots of coffee. But I was a bad partner because I knew nothing about coffee. I only drink black coffee. No matter where I went, that's what I ordered. Then I moved to San Diego and for the first time ventured away from the regular and had my first latte. Simple, but that changed everything. I didn't realize there were different styles, qualities, or to be honest, where the coffee even came from. So I went to WestBean to talk to the pros and have them educate me on all things coffee.
It just started with a love of coffee. I was living in Japan for almost 4 years. Japan had this amazing coffee scene, and
Japan has coffee? I thought they were big on tea. Japan is relatively new to coffee. It didn't start growing in popularity until after World War II, but it has skyrocketed, and now it's one of the top consumers of coffee. So when you came back from Japan, did you have full knowledge of coffee, or how did you...
I knew nothing.
You knew nothing?
I knew nothing.
So how do we're sitting in your cafe today, how did that happen?
Paul had gave me a call, and he had said, hey man, I got an idea. I'm roasting coffee at home, and I want to talk to you about selling coffee. And it was just like a light bulb went off. I was immediately interested. I never thought I would work in coffee if you had asked me 15 years ago. But when I came back to San Diego for a visit, we met, and I had ended up moving back to San Diego, and really we just kind of got the ball rolling. We lived together at the time.
So the WestBean actually started in my backyard. I started off on a Whirlybird popcorn maker, cranking that thing away on the barbecue. It took me quite a few times to get it right, but once I got it right, I started handing it off to friends and colleagues, and they really loved it. And I had a little bit of a business background living in Japan, and we just really thought, in San Diego at the time, there wasn't a lot of interesting stuff going on with coffee, and we thought, what if we brought some of the styles I saw in Japan and brought fresh roasted coffee more to the mainstream, and kind of showed our passion off to consumers, and if we turned that into a company.
So Paul sent me over to meet his other business partners and to let me see firsthand the process of coffee being built. What's up, guys? James?
Yeah.
Andrew?
How you doing?
This is where the magic happens,
Come on in. Let's go.
Let's do it. What do we have here?
So I was just going to take you through a little bit. Really, there's a big process in coffee. You're taking seeds from the farm, you're roasting them up, and then you're packaging them out, sending them out to the different coffee shops. So this is basically what the coffee looks like before it's roasted. It's basically green coffee.
Okay.
It's the seed of the fruit, which most people don't realize. They think that, the roasted coffee that you buy at the store, they think that's coffee. It comes magically from a tree or underground. They don't really know. But it's actually the seed of a fruit. And yeah, you can feel it. It's rock hard. So you would not want to try and make coffee straight from this.
It's a seed. If I plant it, does like a cold brew come up?
Now, there's a little bit more process than that, but so this is what we start with before we throw it in the roaster, and we basically cook it up. You can see it's cooking in the drum. We basically throw it up in the hopper, we run our roast recipe, and then we drop it down into the drum and cook it up. There's a big flame underneath. So what we're doing is caramelizing the sugars in the beans. So the more we roast it, the more it caramelizes, the more chocolate, the more body notes that you're going to get off of the coffee. The lighter we roast it, the more acidity that's going to be in the coffee, and that's where you're going to get some of the more nuanced flavors, such as the fruity notes or the floral notes. So yeah, so once we get it all cooked up and roasted, we drop it into our cooling tray because, like I said, it's over 400 degrees. So we want it to cool as quickly as possible, stop cooking. It cools down, we just suck a lot of air through, and then we drop it into our buckets and we take it over here.
Oh, look, it looks like coffee beans.
Yep, so this is what you're used to seeing at the grocery store. So basically, once it's roasted up, we have these gentlemen over here who package it up. They put it into our 5-pound bags, and from there it goes out to the different restaurants, cafes, and other places that use coffee around the city.
There is a lot more to coffee than I ever expected, and all this talking about it's great, but maybe I should get back to doing what I do best. Drinking the stuff.
All right, we're gonna work you up with the regular cold brew first.
I'm ready. Yeah, that's good.
So for the Ethiopian, I'm definitely gonna put a little bit of ice in there, just like a good whiskey or scotch. Sometimes you want a little bit of water in there to open it up.
This is one you said is packed in all of its own fruit.
That's right.
All right.
So get a whiff of this one.
Oh, sure. That's without any
Totally
syrups?
different.
There's nothing in
Nothing
this?
in there.
I mean, this smells like coffee. This smells like fruity coffee. That's great.
It's almost like someone cut fruity pebbles with cold brew.
Right? Oh. I'm like a kid in a candy shop. This is great. What's next? What's next?
All right,
It's starting to work.
All right, ready to do the nitro?
So this is the cold brew, that the first one that I tried with the nitrous.
Exactly. So there's no change to that actual cold brew. The only thing we added is the nitro gas there. And you'll also notice a difference on the nose, definitely the texture.
I love this.
Isn't that pretty incredible?
This is amazing. I mean, I live on coffee. I live for coffee. I love this.
So you almost want to grow a mustache just to drink that. So you have a little left over.
This is amazing. This is the smoothest coffee, and this has more caffeine than a regular coffee?
Absolutely, because to make a cold brew coffee, so you're not using any heat to extract the coffee, you need to use a lot more coffee.
There you have it, guys. I think we all learned a thing or two today about coffee. And we didn't even get into the health benefits. Did you know coffee protects against cirrhosis of the liver, lowers the risk of type 2 diabetes, heart disease, multiple sclerosis, Alzheimer's disease, reduces the risk of suicide and depression, and colorectal cancer, tummy aches, bad dreams, bruised knees, hurt feelings, cooties, and has been known in some cases to slow down time.